Hello students, today we are going to discuss first chapter of your computer book, that is computer hardware components. In this chapter we will learn different hardware components of computer and their uses. First is, what is computer hardware? Hardware refers to the physical part of the computer that you can touch and feel. Some examples are like, see, whenever we are using the computer, to the monitor we can see, we can touch, we can feel. To the CPU we can see, we can touch, we can feel. To the keyboard also we can see, we can touch, we can feel. These things are refers to the hardware. That means these are the physical part of a computer. Now this computer hardware is divided into external device and internal device. External means the things that which we are seeing outside or we can see outside of the computer. The examples are monitor, keyboard, mouse, printer. These are the external device. Next is your internal device. Internal device means the devices which is present inside the CPU box or CPU cabinet. That is, example is the CPU. Inside the CPU cabinet CPU is present, then motherboard, then hard drive. These are the internal devices. Now again, this external hardware is divided into three parts, that is internal peripherals or input peripherals, output peripherals and storage peripherals. That means peripherals means what? The devices which we use. Input peripherals means input device, output peripherals is also called output devices, and storage devices. Let's discuss some example about these input devices, output devices and storage devices. Example, these are the example of input peripherals or input devices. First one is your keyboard. It is the most widely used input device. We use it to type text into a computer. It is connected to the CPU box. The common keyboard that we use with our computer is called QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY. Why? Because whenever you will see your keyboard, the alphabets where it starts, see here I can show you that QWERTY. See, these 6 alphabets are present at first. That's why this type of keyboards is called QWERTY keyboard. Commonly we use this keyboard with every computer. Next we will discuss mouse. It is a pointing, mouse is a pointing device. See here also I am using mouse to point the things. Here also see the mouse I have used. Nowadays different types of mouse we get, that is ball mouse. This is the ball mouse. In the ball mouse, one ball is present below the mouse, and whenever we will move the mouse, the ball will also move with it, and according to that the pointer will move. Another type is optical mouse. It has a red light under the mouse. It moves faster than the ball mouse. Then this is the wireless mouse. It is not attached to the CPU box. It communicates using signals. Next is your trackball. This is also a pointing device, but it has a ball on the top which rotates freely. That means this red color one you are seeing, this is the ball which rotates freely. Whenever we want to point anything or we want to move the cursor, then we need to move this ball instead of moving the mouse. Next is your touchpad. It is a sensitive pad which allows us to control the mouse with finger. Generally, we find it in a laptop. In laptop, instead of using mouse, we generally use touchpad. This is touch screen. We generally use touchpad in touch screen in mobile phones, tablet, ATM machine, etc. It is also considered as input device because it works as a mouse. Now, here are also some examples of input peripherals. What is this? This is a microphone. Why we use it? Microphone is generally we use it to record something or record some sound into a computer. Then the next one is joystick. Why this joystick? This joystick we generally use to play games, and it worked as a controller of the mouse. Means how we are pointing the mouse or pointing the mouse pointer, how we move it, the same thing can be done by a joystick. Then is your scanner. Scanner is used to copy picture or text from paper onto a computer. We generally get two types of scanner. That is, one is your flatbed, another is handheld scanner. Next is this is a barcode reader. We find it in shops or in supermarkets. It reads a group of thick and thin lines that is placed on a product. It is used in different places for different purposes. Generally, it reads in your book also. You can see backside you will find a collection of or a group of thick and thin lines. Those lines can be read by this barcode reader. And then this is OMR reader. The full form is optical mark recognition. It is used to check multiple choice test answer taken by different institutes. It scans the sheet and reads the data. Means in the sheet whatever is written it will scan and it will read. The error rate is less than 1% in this technology. That means whenever we are taking the test with multiple choice answer, maybe you have seen in some exams that circle is there, you have to fill the circle. Those type of answers can be evaluated by using OMR reader. Next is your OCR reader. The full form is optical character recognition. It converts data on paper into digital format. That means it can scan the text character by character. After it translates the image into character codes such as ASCII. You know what is the full form of ASCII? ASCII is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Then next is your MICR reader. The full form is Magnetic Ink Character Recognition. It is widely used by banks. It reads the character which is printed using magnetic ink. The last one is web camera. Generally, we use it for live photo or video. Suppose we are doing a conference meeting where we need to show our face also. So in those places, we generally use these web cameras to communicate with others who are present in other places. Now, we are going to discuss some output peripherals. Output peripherals or devices are monitor, then your printer, plotter, etc. First is your monitor. Here I have displayed two types of monitor. It looks like a television only. It is called VDU. The full form is Visual Display Unit. See here I have displayed two types of monitor. That is, one is CRT, that is cathode ray tube monitor. Another is LCD, that is liquid crystal monitor. This CRT monitor is bit heavier and the speed is also bit slow. But LCD monitor are lightweight and the speed is also bit high. Next is your printer. We can we can use printer to print information on a paper. There are different types of printer we see. They are impact printer and non-impact printer. Then what is impact printer? An impact printer makes contact with paper for printing. That means whenever it will print, it will touch the paper for printing. The example is this dot matrix printer. Next is your non-impact printer. In non-impact printer, it do not use a striking device. Striking device means in impact printer it used to touch the paper, but in non-impact printer it will not touch the paper to produce any character. It is less noisy and printing quality is also much better than impact printer, and speed also high. An example of non-impact printer is laser printer and inkjet printer. See, and this last one is plotter. Plotter is also used for printing. It is bigger than a printer. It prints high quality graphics like maps, charts, and sometimes it is used by engineers and architecture also. Now we will discuss storage peripherals. Storage devices are generally classified two types, that is primary storage device and secondary storage device. Primary storage device means the device which is present in your computer, like RAM, ROM. These are the primary storage device, and secondary storage device are these things. This hardware, CD, pen drive, memory card. These are the secondary storage devices, and you know it very well that this hard drive is present inside your CPU box, and generally we cannot carry it from one place to another place. But this CD, DVD, pen drive, memory card, these things also these things we can carry easily from one place to another place, as the weight is also very less, and it is an external device. We use it to transfer data from one computer to another computer. Now we are going to discuss about internal hardwares. Internal hardware, see, this is the inside part of a CPU, and these things we have inside a CPU. Okay, now we will see some examples of internal hardware. Okay, before going to that, I will say something about the CPU, that it is the CPU, as we know that it is the brain of the computer, and CPU works in 3 steps, that is we call it IPO cycle, that means input, process and output. And CPU consists of 3 parts, that is ALU, that is arithmetic and logic unit, which is used for all the your arithmetical calculation like plus, minus, multiplication, division, these things, and logical means your yes or no. Then next is your CU, that is control unit, which control the things which we are doing in a computer, like we are giving input, then where the input will go, and after processing where the output will produce. These things is done by this CU. And MU is your memory unit, that means it stores the data which we are giving, and it process, and after that it gives the result, that also it stores. This is the memory unit. So CPU consists of 3 parts. Now first is your motherboard. It is also called main board or logic board or system board. It is an electronic circuit board which consists of CPU, RAM, internal and external buses. Then also it consists of RAM and ROM. Then RAM is your random access memory, and ROM is your read-only memory. Next is your power supply. Power supplies. This power supply supplies electrical power to all the components in the computer, because to run a computer first we need power supply, and it converts alternating current to direct current, which is required by the internal components. Then next is your computer bus. Bus means, generally here in computer term we call bus means to transport data, the things which we use to transport data from one place to another place, or to transfer signal from one place to another place, that is done by this bus. So computer buses is used to transfer data between computer. Next is your, we will discuss about ports. Ports are used to interface with other devices for communication, like we are inserting a pen drive, that means where we are inserting to a port, that we are connecting mouse, your keyboard, these things with the CPU, where we are connecting to the ports. Two type of ports we see, that is serial port, which is used to connect mouse, keyboard or modem, and another is USB port, that is universal serial bus port, which is used to connect the pen drive. That means this is a serial port which is used to connect, generally we connect printer here, and then some other serial ports are there where we connect mouse, then your keyboard, but this is the USB ports. Here we can see clearly the picture, USB port. Here also same thing we are having, but in the desktop here we have, but in the laptop here we have this USB port. Next is your slots. Slots are located on the motherboard that allows us to expand the capability of a computer. That means it is also called, that's why it is also called expansion. That means we can extend the capability of a computer. Some examples are here. See, this is a video card, this is sound card, means without these cards you will not able to play any video, you will not able to play any sound. So these are the expansion of a computer system. Thank you. Watch the video carefully, read your textbook, read question and answer, try to solve the homework. If you have any doubt about the chapter, go through it properly, go through the video, and you mention the doubt in the comment box. Thank you.